What's going on, my creative collective? Welcome to a little bit of a different lesson layout than what we've been used to. I'm going to be kicking off Mondays with the thematic overviews of A Course in Creativity for the week so that you know what to expect, what's coming, but also giving us a different way of diving into these lessons so that we're following more thematic things as opposed to just the lessons themselves. And I'm going to be doing them from Monday to Friday now so that I can give myself a wonderful rest. Give myself some time, some time. So Monday to Friday, you'll see them coming up now, and they'll be just formatted slightly differently. All still a lot of the same stuff that we've been doing so far, with some different ways of framing it. So it makes it a little bit more concise, I think, and gives more freedom to talk beyond the lesson, but also sticking to the course in creativity tenets that I wanted. Preamble over. So this lesson is called Irrational Anthems, and it is inspired by lessons 42 to 47 from A Course in Miracles. What are these lessons? I'll put them on the screen while I read them to you, because I cannot remember them word for word, and no one should really need to. So, lesson 42 from A Course in Miracles workbook is God is my strength, vision is his gift. 43 is God is my source, I cannot see apart from him. I say them or her because I think God is a woman. God is the light in which I see. God is the mind with which I think. God is the love in which I forgive. God is the strength in which I trust. So a lot of repetition in these lessons, and as I was reading through them this particular time around for this course, what I found was this beautiful way that they articulated something that went beyond the God is, right? So God is, I am. And, as we do around these parts, I'll give you a book recommendation if you want to take this particular, chunk of lessons a step further in terms of an I am. Now, the book is literally called I Am by Howard Falco. I read this in 2011 and absolutely loved it. It was part of, waking up to things when I was younger. So it's a phenomenal book, and I highly recommend it. Just adjacent to if you wanted a recommendation to take it further. What I love about these lessons altogether, and this is the creative possibility and power in them, is that they take this a step further. So they take this I am into a whole other realm. They don't make sense. They don't make sense. I read them now and I think, oh wow, make it make sense, because they defy our five senses. And they draw from something much further away from our bodies, even though we are still embodied while we experience all these things. And we do experience this kind of spiritual download beyond the body, right? Where does it come from? Well, you see it with your eyes. You can taste. I've experienced it where I've tasted my grandpa's cabbage rolls, and I had a very strong memory, and then I realized that he was trying to communicate something to my mother, so I did call her and all of that stuff. So taste, it comes through taste. It can come through songs that you hear. It can come through feelings that you have in your body if you're clairsentience or claircognizance, as I am as well, right? It can come through all of these different channels. All of them are connected to our senses, but the information is coming from beyond something that makes sense in the tangible way that we might look for it to do so in front of us in order for us to believe it's real. I'm going to touch on this further as we go through the lessons, but I wanted to start here. I wanted to start the week with this make it make sense idea, right? Because our senses are so grounded in what we make up as reality. And when we make meaning that defies, what it is that our senses are taking in, it can kind of create this discord. And that's where we start to see things like discordant beliefs and things like that. And I might talk about that further this week. But for today, though, I just wanted to introduce this idea and to understand that when we say things like make it make sense, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. A lot of the times we understand components of it because we get little bits of information. But what we want is this security that comes from knowing that if we believed in something we can't see, we won't look stupid. And I know this to be true because it's how I've operated before, right? Like it just, you're prized for how smart you can be and how much knowledge you can take in. So there's a way that we can look to things outside of us for security that we won't look foolish. But I've, increasingly just all for the foolishness. I'm all for, taking risks, and not risks that put you in harm's way or anything, but when's the last time you really believed in something? Like yourself among this, believed that you could do something, believed that something was possible that seems impossible. Make it make sense. Life does that. But the thing is that what makes sense right now is literally past information. It's all to do with the past. It's all to do with things that have already taken place. So what you want then is not for things to be logical. You want there to be a sense of security, that your sense of who you are and the identity that you have will not be at risk, and will not be at risk of disappearing or being injured or injuriously perceived because you believed in something that you couldn't see. That's where these lessons are going to take us this week. Just a little quick intro. Like I said, we're going to be doing the format slightly differently, so you'll see that shift. And again, only Monday to Fridays, because I love this work, but I also like rest as well. And I think it's important to prioritize that and to be completely honest and say, that wasn't really working. So tweak, right? We do this, we learn as we go. So we're learning as we go. So that is the recap for today. These are the themes that we're going to be looking at this week. Predominantly these I ams. God is I am. So my lovelies, if you're excited for this, please, hit that like button. It helps me to show up in the algorithm. And if you find this to be of value, it helps other people find it too. I know I'm a small channel right now, but I definitely enjoy putting the content out there. So if you find it resonates, please do like and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. But if you are joining me here from that base, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming and joining me here on such a regular basis. So I appreciate that and your time. And wherever this finds you on the time-space continuum, morning, afternoon, or night, I hope it finds you very well, my friends. And I will see you in tomorrow's lesson.